Hi folks, my name is Martin Kerr and I'm proud to be part of the Asian Gold Ribbon campaign to end anti-Asian prejudice and hatred around the world. I used to live in China for several years, and part of the time that I was there I was working as a kindergarten teacher, something I had no idea how to do back when I was 19. And it was kind of a bizarre situation because I'd gone to China to get to know Chinese people and Chinese culture. And yet I found myself, having taken this job, living and working inside a foreigner's compound, which was surrounded by this 10-foot concrete wall with shards of glass cemented into the top to keep out the poor people. And there was an armed guard at the gate. It was all very serious. So I didn't feel very comfortable in this situation. And as I looked out from my balcony, I could see beyond the wall these little strips of farms that had been carved out from the industrial wasteland by migrant farmers who'd come from the far-flung corners of China, some of the poorest regions, to try and get a better living at the Beijing markets. And this was actually during the year of the SARS crisis, so the school was locked down and I had nothing to do. So I spent some time walking around the neighborhood and getting to know these farmers. And the very first gentleman I introduced myself to, he was about 5 foot tall, had this kind of weather-beaten face and hands. I couldn't even tell how old he was, but I think he must have been the same age that I am now, late 30s. And he told me his name was Mr. Liao. And I asked him to teach me something about how to farm. But he just insisted that I come into his house. It was more of a shack, really. He'd clearly built it himself. And stay for dinner with him and his wife and his teenage son. I wasn't hungry, I'd just eaten, but I stayed for dinner. And we had a great time. There was a lot of sign language involved because I was just learning Mandarin and he spoke a very thick southwestern dialect. But we made each other understood. And he sent me home with bags full of vegetables from his little farm every time I went back there. And I went back quite often. We became good friends. But I haven't been back to China since 2008, and I've lost touch with him because we had no way of keeping in touch. They didn't even have running water, let alone an internet connection. So I looked them up on Google Earth recently. You know how you can zoom in on any point on the globe? Most people just choose their own house for some reason, but I looked for Mr. Liao's house, and it's not there anymore. It's been replaced by a giant shopping mall. So I don't know what became of him and his family. And the last time I saw them, they were in a really precarious situation. So I often think of them and the millions and millions of people like them. And I want to share you this song that I wrote about their story and how I came to meet them. And it's simply called Mr. Liao. So if you'll come with me on a little musical journey to Beijing, I'd appreciate that. I met you in the field outside the compound. You'd let me hold a shovel while you'd weed the ground. I tried to ask you in my broken Chinese, would you teach me something about farming, please? You said you'd come from Sichuan with your wife and son to sell your cabbages for 3 yuan instead of 1. You'd built your house with bricks found at the roadside. It was only 12 feet long by 10 feet wide. Just a plywood bed and table with upturned buckets for chairs, and on the floor a plastic bowl where Mrs. Liao would wash her hair. You'd always ask me in whenever I'd call. Oh, you had nearly nothing, but you gladly gave it all. Oh, Mr. Liao, I wonder where you are now. I wonder where you are now. Last time I came over, you were down on your luck. Your wife had both her legs smashed by a garbage truck. She was stuck in bed, no money for plaster casts. Even after revolutions, farmers wait till last. I asked about your boy, who started to cry since he'd been locked up for riding a moped without a license, trying to get to market just to sell the veg. Oh, his mama used to do it when she had good legs. Oh, Mr. Liao, I wonder where you are now. I wonder where you are now. I brought along my teacher friend for you to meet. He sat us down to eat dessert of chicken's feet. And as we crunched the toes and chewed the skin, I thought, this is the kindest place I've ever been. And oh, Mr. Liao, I wonder where you are now. I wonder where you are now. You were one in a billion or two. Oh, now when will the world give a chance to people like you? Good people like you. Gave you all the cash we had to hand and left you living on that tiny strip of land. I wonder if you made it through that winter cold. I fear you didn't, if the truth be told. Thanks for listening. And thank you for joining me in supporting the Asian Gold Ribbon campaign. It's really important now as much as ever to stand in solidarity and friendship with our diverse human family from all over the world, all the Asian communities, wherever you live, could use your support right now. May is Asian Heritage Month and May 20th is the Asian Gold Ribbon Day. You can show your support by wearing a gold ribbon with the wings pointing up like this, and you can find out more at asiangoldribbon.com. My name's Martin Kerr. Thanks for joining me. Bye-bye. The last time I came over, you were down on your luck. Your wife had both her legs smashed by a garbage truck. She was stuck in bed.